everyone, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we're going to be taking a look at the active off-roader support vehicle from Tomica Hyper Rescue Drivehead. Now I do apologize that this came out about 2 months ago, I want to say. So it's been in my backlog for quite a little bit of time, but finally getting to it now. I think it looks really neat. It is kind of a variation of the one that came with the Emperor White Hope. So if you've already watched that review, this one is somewhat similar, but it kind of has these awesome giant pincer claw hands that one did not have. So obviously a different color scheme as well. But here is the front of the box showing off the kind of robot mode and the vehicle mode. And then it shows how it can combine with one of the drive head figures, which of course we'll take a look at. And then it just shows the transformation of the two modes. Not too much going on there, not too much going on there. Back of the box pretty much just again shows how it can switch around, and it works with all of the different drive head vehicles. Well, each of the different robots, I should say. So there you go. Let's go ahead. We'll get everything out of the packaging here, and we'll take a closer look. So here is the active offloader out of the packaging, all stickered up and assembled. You can see the primary color scheme is these two tones of blue. You have kind of a lighter blue and then a navy blue. And then also the yellow is very prominent as well. Rolls fairly decently. These two giant wheel sets are really for the quote-unquote robot mode. It rolls primarily on these wheels down here. But you can see it has these two giant Gatling guns on the front. The pincer claws are stored back here. So not too much for it really to do in this mode. Just kind of rolls around. Oh, and then apparently these fall off. But you can pop that right back on very easily. So to transform it into the robot mode, the first thing you're going to want to do is unhook the arm sections and bring them out. And then you can extend the arms down. And then after you do that, this whole section, let me tilt the camera up a bit, will rotate all the way down. That piece fell off again, but that's fine. And then you want to pull this out. That will snap into place. And then there you go. You have the kind of primary robot mode. At this point, you can take these, and they can clip on to the front of the hands like this. So if you want to give him giant Gatling gun hands, you can. Or you can take the Gatling gun piece off and just attach that back onto here. And then unpeg the capture claw, peg that in, and then open this up. And then you can attach this. So you can do 2 capture claw hands, 2 Gatling gun hands, or 1 of each, however you would like to set it up. But I think that's fun. It gives you a lot of options. Now at this point it just rolls on these 2 giant wheels. Well, I should say 2 wheel stacks. It's 4 wheels total, but there's no actual head to the robot. It just has the arms, and then it has the wheels for legs. So that's why I keep calling it a quote-unquote robot. It's kind of a Gerwalk mode, I guess, kind of. You basically have the articulation here. Really nice tight ratchet, though, in the shoulder. You have the movement there in the kind of... It's not really a thigh. No, not thigh. Let me start again. So you have the ratchet at the top of the shoulder. You have the inside shoulder right there. And then you have a ball joint in here, you can see. But really, you kind of lock that in, and then you have this elbow joint in the actual forearm. So, I mean, technically it's 1, 2, 3, 4 kinds of joints. So you should be able to get a host of dynamic poses. But again, I really like the color scheme. I think it's fun. I think it's a fun little robot. But of course it does have combination with a drive head robot, so let's go ahead and check that out. Alright, so I've brought in the original Rescue Backdraft here to combine with the active offloader. I had them handy, and I thought that the color schemes would look kind of fun together. So basically it's very simple. You're going to go ahead and pop this section off, because this kind of becomes the backpack. So take that off, and then you're just going to disconnect the arms by pushing down on the siren. go ahead, take the arms off in the same way, and take the backpack off. Oops, that piece came off. There we go. And you're just going to swap everything. So you can take this piece and put this on top of here. You're going to attach the arms. Now, one thing I did notice, and I don't know if it's just mine, but you can see how ridiculously loose this arm is. And it's kind of funny because this one is perfectly fine. So I'm starting to think it's just mine. But it's funny because if you put it back on the rescue backdraft, it seems a little looser, but it still holds the position. So I don't know what it is. I don't think these are any different as far as width or size go, the two different pegs. So I don't know. Like I said, hopefully it's just mine. Hopefully if you guys buy this, you shouldn't have trouble with it, but I just thought it was weird. But anyway, so you can see you switch the arms, and then you just do the same thing over here. You switch these arms, and then come around and plug in this backpack instead. So that's kind of the fun of this line. You can interchange the arms, and all the leg connections are the same as well. Now this guy doesn't have any legs to come off to switch with these. So for this set, it's just the arms. But you can, you know, switch and use all the accessories. And you could even still take this, and if you wanted to just have the hand come out, you could come back over to this hand and push this in and still connect this. Does it connect like this or like this? I think it connects like this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you can actually. I mean, it kind of works, but you can see it's not meant to connect exactly the same way. I believe it's because you can see here this is a little bit taller and this one doesn't have that. So I guess the real lesson to be learned here is that the original releases are not the most compatible with these newer ones. So I guess that's to learn here. But really, all of the arm connections should be exactly the same. It looks like some of the forearms are molded differently. So these kinds of accessories tend to connect better to some than to others. But you can still kind of do it. It just doesn't like lock into place because it doesn't have the same height to the friction doesn't stick on. You guys know what I mean. But I still think it looks cool. I think this color scheme looks neat. And I love having the cannon on the back there. And you could go ahead and put the other cannon here if you wanted. I like that kind of look. I've always thought it looks cool when a robot has like two barrels on the back. Always makes me think of like Onslaught from Transformers, the Combaticon leader. So we'll give him two grabby pincer claws. So very cool. I think it's really fun. So I think the Active Offloader is a nice addition to the Drivehead line. It's kind of funny that this toy line keeps putting out toys even long after the show's ended. I know there's a web series that I believe is still going. It might be done by now. I don't really have a way to watch it, unfortunately, and no one's really subbing those and putting them out. So I have heard of it, but I had no way to watch it, which is kind of unfortunate. But like I said, this is very similar to the one that came with the White Emperor. It's just a different color scheme. I believe that one was kind of a remold / repaint of this one. I'm not really quite sure which one came out first. I think they came out at the same time. So if you already have that one, you might not see the need to pick this one up as well. It does have some different accessories. The one that came with the White Emperor did not have the capture claws, which I think are pretty cool. It's kind of my favorite part of this release. But I do think the two Gatling guns are also pretty cool. So it's one of those ones where, you know, it's fun to have these little support vehicles because they give more playability to the robots you already have, the interconnectability and everything like that. But I could see how some people might only need one version of this, and if you already bought the box set that came with the White Emperor, then you would not need this one. So your mileage is going to vary, but I do think it's a fun addition. I love the color scheme. I love the accessories that it comes with. And just generally, I think it's fun. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, thank you so much for watching.